Hi, I'm Chris, 46 Club Runner, and we all want to run that faster 5k. And today, I'm going to give you 6 tips to do that in 3 months. Let's crack on! So let's go straight into it. And tip number 1 is to run more. You might think to yourself, well, that's pretty obvious. But the thing is with the 5k, everyone kind of leans towards the kind of speed sessions, whether it be threshold, hill repeats, intervals. But the most important thing about a 5k is that it's 90% aerobic, which basically means endurance. So you need to tailor your training to build that aerobic base rather than kind of just chucking yourself in and doing speed sessions or doing the same old training. Yes, you may improve, and then you will just kind of plateau. So this takes on to point number 2, which is a training schedule. So I'm a strong believer in 80-20 training. Last year I proved to myself that you don't need to do intervals to smash your PB on your 5k. Within June 2019 to June 20, I knocked 2 minutes off my 5k time. It was my first time under 20 minutes, and then a year later my first time under 18 minutes, and that was with no interval work. It was just 80-20 training, and 80% easy, 20% a bit faster. So that might be 20%, 10%, and it might increase the 80 to 90, but it was around about that. So when I mean easy running, I mean that when you're out doing your miles, is just keep them at conversational pace or at your Maffetone pace. And then your 20%, I was just doing kind of tempo runs or threshold runs, a bit of hill work, but no intervals. Because the thing is, as a masters runner, injury is obviously your biggest concern. And as soon as you start doing intervals, yes, you can get quick, big gains, but they come at the price of injury. So when you do intervals, just be careful, because you will get, I won't say you will, but you may get injured. And so if we just look at a basic training week, because the 5k you want to be building your endurance, your number one thing is that long run on the Sunday or the Saturday, whenever you want to do it. So how far should your long run be? So your long run is about 20 to 30% of your weekly mileage. And I say you want to be doing that easy. Then another run you probably want to be putting in is that 20%, and just stick to threshold or tempo runs. It doesn't have to be that far. It could be anywhere from 5k to 10k, or if you was doing a progression run, say, for instance. And then the rest of the runs are just easy. So they're the ones where you're kind of just filling in the mileage. So, and then as you obviously progressing forward, you're just going to increase your mileage by 10% every week, and that should be a safe place for you to increase your mileage slowly. And it will take you about 3 months to do this. So this gets into point number 3, which is consistency. So it took me 3 months not to knock that time off my 5k time. It took me 3 months of solid training to kind of progress. I'd imagine that obviously if I'd done that over the year, I maybe could have progressed more, but it is just about being consistent, getting out there every day and doing, not the same training every week, but getting yourself out the door and doing the same sort of mileage. So if you're doing 40 miles a week, you're doing that for 3 months. And then you're just changing up the kind of, your faster sessions. They may vary from one week to the next. It might just be a progression run. It could be some hill work. It could be tempo. So I like to keep it in the mix because I'm a time chaser and I just can't run slow. But to run a 5k, you're going to need to be turning your legs over, whether that be strides. But ideally, the tempo and threshold runs, I think, are ideal. Let's move on to the next point, which is number 4. And that's a good GPS watch. You don't have to spend loads of money. I just use an old Garmin 235, and the advantage of the watch is it's going to collect that data for you, and it's very easy to read. So whether it be your heart rate, whether it's recording your runs, it can tell you a lot of information that you wouldn't necessarily get on just a general stopwatch. Yes, you probably get that data from your phone, but you don't want to be having to get your phone. So I'd say probably the best investment would be just investing in a watch. You don't spend, you know, hundreds of pounds. I'd say my Garmin 235 is great value at the moment. I think it's under £100. I've had that for a number of years now and not had any problems. But that will be probably, other than obviously your training shoes, that would probably be one of your best investments that you can buy. And that takes number 5, I would say, is enjoy your running. If you're not enjoying it, you're not going to be getting in there week in, week out. You're not going to be consistent. You're not going to be pushing yourself. So only do it if you're enjoying it. You know, it shouldn't be a slog. It shouldn't be a chore. You know, yes, it's going to be difficult when you're pushing yourself, but just enjoy it. And then the final point, number 6, is set yourself a goal. A goal that obviously is achievable, but that you can push it, because you need something to keep you motivated. It's very difficult to, you know, I know it's difficult at the moment with no races, but you can still set yourself a target. You know, 3 months time, I want to be running, you know, my first sub 20. You know, as long as it's realistic, it just gives you something to kind of shoot for, to go for. And then, you know, if you get that goal, you know, fantastic. You move it on to, you know, a bit quicker. It's just the way that, you know, well, I work, is that I can't, you know, I can't go and push myself harder and harder, you know, each week and putting in these high mileage if I haven't got a goal. Yes, I've got you guys to make these videos and be accountable for, that I have to set myself goals. And, you know, I'm just recently going through a 10k training plan because I set myself a goal. But without that, it just, you know, it's difficult to keep you motivated. So enjoy your running, stick to these 6 points, and I guarantee, well, I don't know about guarantee, but in 3 months, you'll be smashing your PB. So I hope you like this video. Please like, comment, subscribe, do all that, and I'll speak to you soon. Cheers.